Hello, LegendAqua here in SINoALICE doing a first impressions on the game. And, well, to say the least that this game is like Brothers Grimm's fairy tales but with a twist, a grim twist towards it, or just more or less the story for this game. I do like the concept. It's just the story itself does have problems with some of its characters. I do like some of its characters though. Before I get into any of the big details, you can pick two. Well, first off, the reroll, I got this Cinderella here, and I got Snow White, I think. And you can get other characters from the story, so let's just start with that, shall we? So in the main story, you can currently get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of these characters that you can get through most of the chapters. As you can see, I've gone through most of Cinderella's stuff. I'm actually stuck at chapter 3, but I've also done Kaguya, and these are all voice acted obviously, and I didn't think much of Kaguya at first. It wasn't until I actually heard her voice actor. Shizuka Ito, she voices Kaguya. So let's get into gameplay a little bit. Okay, so here's a bit of story at least.
か弱いただの女です。素敵な主人と添い遂げたいと願う夢見るただの乙女です。
So every single time we go through a chapter, we get little snippets of each of the characters. The thing is, it's what you expect from like a twisted version of certain characters. I heard that something like, what was it? Little Red Riding Hood's nothing but kill, 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 I wanna fight, I wanna fight, I wanna kill, 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 that kind of stuff. I do get it, but at the same time, I do see what some people say about the characters, in which they're a little bit stereotypical, even though it's supposed to be a grim twist towards the fairy tale characters. So, as you can see, you can do auto, and these are all CPUs. That's actually actual characters. Well, actual player characters, to say the least, but obviously CPU controlled. And, okay, so the mechanics of the game is essentially you have a class job, and you can do certain stuff with the weapons that you get from the gacha that will do elemental damage, etc., and you just have to kill it. It's that simple. You can auto it, but I'm guessing the further down you go, you'll need to take elemental stuff into account as well as effects towards the weapons that you have for the weapons. So I cleared everything, I get more Twilight Crystals, and I get some gold. Can follow the CPU players who helped me. But for the characters that I like, obviously I like Cinderella here. Okay, I think there's about like 4 characters that I like. I'll get this out of the way first. It's Cinderella, Snow White, Gretel, because I heard her story is good, and what was it? I think she's voiced by Mai Uchida as well, so that's a definite plus. And obviously Princess Kaguya, because she's voiced by Shizuka Ito. I'm a Seiyu buff, I kind of like these things, so it's expected that I like the characters that they voice, so yeah. As you can also see here, is from like chapter 2, chapter 3, and chapter 4, you can get different versions of certain characters. So I think with this one with chapter 4, you can probably get a different class version of Snow White. So essentially, the characters base, we can get all of them through the story, right? But with the job classes, they will change the weapons that they mainly use, whether it be swords or magic orbs, etc., etc. That's kind of how the mechanics works with this. Of course, you can if you need help and you're under-leveled, I think mostly me, you can also help your friends if you need to. Whether it be your guild members or the friends that you got, which I actually don't have any at the moment, seems like it. But you can help with that, and obviously there's events that does the typical ascension match, leveling match, as well as the event that's going on right now. I think this one gives you a free version of a Cinderella, so I might just need to check this one out. After that we'll get to other stuff. Oh, here we go. Yeah, so these are narrator dolls or something. They pretty much help us, and they've got a quirky sense of comedy to say about them. Yeah, okay, so I do get her on verse 3, so I might just do that in my own time. When does it end though? That's all I'm asking. When will it end? "17 days. Okay, that's more than enough time. And then the rest does just get gold, evolution materials. Yeah, so that is about it. On to the gear. So with the gear, essentially, it's the mechanics where you just use what you need to. So since she is a breaker, my Cinderella here, she can only use swords, axes, etc, etc, and she's got them all equipped that way. Armor as well, I've got all these equipped on her, and Nightmare. That's pretty much how you use it. You can also, if you want to edit, you can just switch characters if you need to. But what's the point when you can actually just have more character slots so you can just switch them on the fly? I think that's much better. Yeah, so see, all my other sets, you can carry on, you can just keep making new sets for every other different character that you've gotten. What is next? Upgrading and selling. So here it is. Essentially, it's based on both your class that you need to level up, as well as the gear that you have that you need to level up. So that's pretty much what it does. So I'll just change base. And let's just do this. And I've probably got lots of materials right now to level up weapons for me to carry on doing the story. Yes, I do. And then just level them up. And there we go. Simple as that. Limit breaking is essentially if you've got multiple gears, like the one I have right now with Sword of Sacrifice, you can just add that in, increase your level for that weapon so they can be pretty much min-maxed. Essentially, it's just good to you to maybe pull a little bit here and there, so you can actually max level up your gears for the harder chapters that's going to be further down the line, as well as the event. Evolving gear, I don't think I've got enough materials to do that. Yeah, I don't. So I'm probably missing some materials for me to actually level these up, but you can evolve them, obviously. Upgrade class. This is the one I actually need to do right now. So, let's get my Cinderella. And use up most of my mastery skills that I did and just upgrade that. So now it's level 4. So once you get a certain class of level 10, you can probably, I'm guessing, limit break your class. Yeah, makes sense. And then view and sell is probably selling your gears if you overflowed your storage. I would rather not, because I will probably need to limit break my gears. I think that's best. And last, actually, two more things really. Okay, yep. Is the gacha. Since I've done the rerolls, let's see. Release celebrations. Not really. Let's go with the Snow White banner. New grimoire. Oh, I thought it was Snow White. It's Little Mermaid. All right. 0.666%. 0.666%. Okay, that's interesting. More nightmares. Okay. Temporary destruction. Gluttonous heiress. Sort of mastery. I'm gonna do one. It's mainly because there's gonna be some collabs further down the line, and it's oh yeah, I have to show you this at least. So I pull. Okay, not bad. Zip it, and then okay. Normally they banter a lot, so that happens. Like saying about, oh, why don't we give them one more book or something? It's like, no, it's not enough budget or something. So, oh, all right, okay. Because there's gonna be some collabs coming up very soon. The one that people are obviously anticipating right now is probably the Near Automata one, so that's gonna be interesting. And yeah, that's all I got. So I'm gonna save up more or less. And finally is the guild itself. So you can get into a guild. It is actually kind of hard to get into, to be honest. I just picked this one because it was the fastest one to do, so I can finish off my rookie quests. However, the biggest problem for me, and I think I need to actually quit this guild, unfortunately, is that the time zones for me to doing Colosseum raiding, it doesn't work out for me, and I need to do this for my rookie quests. So that kind of becomes a problem with me with this. So I might need to look for another guild at some point with this. But there is a Colosseum thing that will help you to get more stuff, so there is that. So, with all that being said, what did I think about SINoALICE? Okay, so I'll say this. The game, as hyped up as it was, not to mention Pokelabo saving it, because I heard there was like a huge debacle with this game because, you know, it's like Yoko Taro's involved within it, so it's gonna be really hyped and everything. But then the game went into limbo after Nexon disowned it or something, and then Pokelabo brought it back up for global, and Pokelabo had its own stint with Symphogear XD Global, but that's a different thing altogether. But you know, like it got into this huge debacle and everything, but Pokelabo saved it. But what did I think about SINoALICE? Well, gameplay wise, I haven't got too deep into it. I have mostly been autoing it for the most part, until there's a wall coming up which tells me to say level up your gear, etc, etc. That's what I'm doing now. But in terms of aesthetics and everything, and obviously with Yoko Taro helming this, I do like its style. I do like the style of the game. Hell, some of the mechanics actually won't be so bad. And probably to boost this up even further is the collabs that's going to be showing up very soon. As I said, Near Automata is going to show up. I heard Final Fantasy Brave Exvius is going to collab with this game. And I've heard, what else? ReZero is going to collab with this game. And Code Geass at some point. And I think the ReZero one and the Kogea's one is the one I'll be more interested in. Nier Automata, I know, like, the biggest problem with me with Nier Automata is the fact that I haven't played the games. But they do give out a lot of freebies, so I'm content with actually sticking to the game. I think for me it's going to be a game that I'm just going to play on the side once I've done most of the grinding on my more hardcore games. But with that being said, is it a good game? If you like the mechanics that you just saw, as well as the mid-maxing from all the other gears, etc, etc, if you do like some of its characters, in which I do, then you're gonna like this game. But because I play so many other games, it's like this game for me will be pretty much my backup game for me to carry on playing. It'll be a game that I'll be playing on the side, more or less, but if there is a gacha that's going to come out that I'm going to pull on, I will pull on it. But I'll be mostly going welfare, going this really casually for the most part. If I have to give it a rating, it's probably a solid 7 out of 10. A lot of people hype this up to being better than the score that I gave it, but I think it's at best a 7 out of 10. I thought there'll be a lot more coming out, but I think that's mainly because of the collabs that's coming out, as well as the name of Yoko Taro sticking towards it. But for what I've seen, like, honestly as possible, it's probably like a solid 7 out of 10. There's some flaws towards it, but they can be ignored at some points. So with that, I think that will do it for me. I will actually be getting that Cinderella class on the event, because I do like Cinderella, so I think I'll leave it at that. Comment below what you think about SINoALICE, and I'll leave it there. With that, LA out.